Hey everyone, it's Daniel, and this is day 8 of my 30-day video challenge. And it's pretty late at night today while I'm recording this video, so I'm a little tired. I'm probably going to go to bed after this, but I didn't want to miss a day of making a video, so... and today, I think I might just do a little guided meditation with you guys. But I also just want to quickly talk about I had a cool. I have a friend who was practicing Gestalt therapy, and we did a little practice session yesterday. She was kind of practicing her skills, and it was pretty cool. And if you don't know what Gestalt therapy is, the main, or what, I'm not the expert, but from what I gathered, one of the primary tools is something that is called the third chair. And so if you go to a therapist's office, there's two chairs, you and the counselor. So the idea is that there's going to be a third chair, and kind of whatever emotion you're feeling or whatever problem that you're dealing with, it could be a person, it could be an idea, it could be kind of a behavioral pattern that you've noticed in yourself. But what you do is you set it in this third chair, so you're kind of personifying it a little bit, and doing kind of a third person inquiry into this thing, whatever it happens to be, something that's bothering you, or a creative idea. It could be a positive thing. But it was very cool, and so we decided to focus on some of my anxiety, some of my social anxiety, or insecurity. Not really sure exactly what you want to call it, but it was in this moment it got personified as a pile of brown sludge or slime. And so I started having this dialogue with it, asking it things, which is kind of unusual. And so the promptings of this person who was helping me do it was very useful. I often have a hard time like visualizing things or doing these kind of extended fantasy activities. So having a guide was really helpful. But so through the process of interacting with this, in this case it was just a part of myself, just the part of me that was anxious, worried, and insecure around other people. And through dialoguing with it, we found out that this part of me is actually, its intent was actually to protect. And so it had, it thought it was serving a useful purpose, but also what was uncovered is that it was holding me back. So it was kind of in terms of mindfulness, it's a way of relating to your experience that that fosters, or that's essentially rooted in equanimity, because you're kind of putting this thing out there as a third person, but of course it's invisible and it's not really there. So you can kind of you can treat it as an other thing mentally, and have a little distance between yourself and this thing, and that can be, well, it can be very powerful, because a lot of times we're caught up in this kind of self-referential narrative, this kind of I don't want to say, almost like a selfish way of thinking, but it's hard to see outside of the grooves in our awareness that have been cut by experience and habit. So this is just one of many techniques that can seem to help me jar myself just enough to get out of my ordinary perspective, being identified with that anxiety, and instead putting it in the third chair and observing it from a somewhat more neutral or objective place. Anyways, I found that really interesting, and so I wanted to share that with you guys. It was actually quite a pleasant experience. It was kind of icky, at first, and then the resolution was beautiful, and I felt more at peace So it was really fun, and it was really beneficial for me. And now I just want to guide you guys on a little meditation. Whoever happens to be watching this, wherever you are, whatever time it is, whatever planet you're on, and we'll just do a little guided meditation. I've been teaching meditation for only officially a little less than 2 years. So I'm a bit inexperienced in the teaching department, but I've been meditating for about 10 years now, and learning to focus, learning to concentrate, learning to pay attention, and learning to have equanimity with experience can totally transform your life. Basically, I was going to say make you happier, but it's a radical transformation. It's a new coping style for negative emotions, and it's a whole way of experiencing life. It can become this mindful perspective where every moment is alive with crackling energy and creativity. Every moment can be the beatific vision. So what I want you to do is just get into a nice seated, comfortable posture. You could even be laying down, but make sure if you're laying down that you could stay awake, because meditation it's more about waking up. It's not quite the same as hypnosis or going into a trance. We're trying to stay wide awake, fully present with our current experience, whatever that happens to be. So just start tuning in right now into your present experience. So don't worry so much about thinking or processing what happened in the past, and make a deliberate effort to let go of any strategizing or anticipating or planning for the future. And just start tuning in to your sight, your hearing, your sound, feeling of your body. Sensations of breathing. Anything that's happening in your present moment, just observe that very, very carefully, with as much resolution as you can, trying to notice more and more details, and becoming rather almost enchanted by the present moment. There's so much going on right here, right now. And when we notice that, we can let go of seeking outside for gratification, for happiness. There's always enough right now. And then while you're kind of, dropping that cognitive activity of thinking about the past, reflecting, or planning for the future, and while we're just getting really cozy, getting really comfortable here in the present moment, while you're doing that, you can start to relax your body. So there's kind of two aspects to the process. One is dropping the mental activity and kind of centering the attention, focusing in the present moment. Simultaneous to that, we are relaxing tension in the body. And those two things complement each other. The more relaxed we are, the more settled we are inside of our own body, the easier it will be to completely know that the present moment is enough, full, and rich. And the more we can become attuned with the present moment, the beauty and splendor of the now, the eternal now, the more our body relaxes. It starts to open up. We don't have to defend ourselves against our past experience. We don't have to brace for impact for whatever's about to happen in the future. We can just release and open our body. It feels really nice. It feels really good. So see if you can find that place where your mind isn't frenetically searching outside of itself. It's centered in the inside. So we're just more or less content and staying present with our own sensory experience. You could focus on the breathing or the body. These are kind of happening within us. This is a good focal point. It's a good place. It's a good anchor point so we can come back and remind ourselves that all of that seeking, all of that craving for pleasure outside of ourselves, at least for the next few minutes, it just isn't necessary. We have everything we need right here. And continuing to relax the body simultaneously as we release the mind and sinking into a jacuzzi or a bubble bath. Get comfy. And take a couple of deep breaths, slow and easy. And then let's take 10 fast, deep breaths. So we're actually exerting a little effort here, bringing some energy into the meditation. We've been sitting for a while, we're quite relaxed. So now we're gonna do a little energized. So sit up straight, straighten your back if you need to. And then we're gonna let the belly expand quickly and then kind of push everything out. So we'll do 10 of these. Pushing the air out. And then just go back to relaxing, fully present, fully attuned to the present moment. Maybe even relaxing even deeper. Just put a little smile on your face. Remind yourself that you are in charge of your existence, of your psychological space. If you can find this level of tranquility and equanimity while sitting, you can activate it even in the most tough of circumstances. So just remember, if you got to anywhere approaching tranquility, true quietude, just remember that's your superpower. That's something you have agency over. It's all yours if you want it. If you want that kind of freedom, it's yours. Okay, I'm going to stop here. Hope you guys have a good night or a good day or whatever it is that you're doing. Have a good activity. And I will see you guys tomorrow for day 9 of the 30-day video challenge. Wake up.